Good afternoon, Raiders. My name is Grace Bellware, and welcome to The Hook. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated for the moment of silence.
Hey Raiders, let's take a look at some easier ways to study for a permit test.
This website right here is the original DDS permit practice test. They give you enough questions, but they don't give you enough road signs. I personally think that this website is the best because they give you the full experience of taking an actual permit test. For me, I do find it easier using the practice test as a way to study instead of the manual, because on the manual, you don't know exactly what to read, but on the practice test, you keep doing it over and over till you get the questions right. I have never personally used this app before, but a lot of people said that it's good, so. The questions that I had on my permit test were, I seen majority of them on the practice test. That's why I was like, I found it easier. And I do recommend taking the practice test over the manual because you don't know exactly what to read. But doing the practice test, you keep doing it over and over.
And that's all, Raiders. I'm Janae Smith starting off with The Hook.
A lot of people play around when it comes to school, but I think it's important to have good grades. I think it's important that you start good habits now so that you won't have to worry later. Some ways I keep good grades is I turn in my assignments on time, I do extra credit, and I study for my tests. I also have an organizer so that I don't get overwhelmed. Me working hard usually results in me getting good grades. You have to pass all your courses. You will need 23 credits when you graduate high school. With all that being said, when you get ready to go to college, colleges are going to look at your transcript and be like, they're a good student, and you have a good chance at getting some scholarships, which will save you a lot of money. If you develop good habits now, you'll be ready for the world later. Now that you've heard my ways to keep good grades and why grades are important, let's hear from our teacher.
I believe it's important to have good grades because good grades prepare you for your next stage in life, be it a higher institution of learning or just the workforce.
I think students can improve by setting goals for themselves.
As you can tell, we all have different views on grades, but we know they're important. This is Jasmine Field signing off with The Hook.
Good afternoon, Raiders. Here are a few apps and websites that can help you with studying or homework when it gets difficult.
Personally, I recommend Khan Academy. This website helps in every subject, but it really helps me on math and science. They have really in-depth videos and they go step by step. There are many more websites and apps out there. For example, Quizlet. Quizlet has many different ways for you to study. With most of these apps, all you have to do is sign up with your email and it's completely free.
The app that I use for when I need help with homework and stuff is Socratic because they potentially give you the answer and then they put websites under it so that you can, get different answer choices or whatever. I do recommend it. It's a good app. I use it more than anything like Quizlet and stuff. So yeah.
I hope that was helpful, Raiders. My name is Shaduri Smith and I'm signing off with The Hook.
With unit test and science labs still going on, let's see how that's been working out for our virtual students. With classes still being taught, teachers have to assign unit tests. Let's hear from a virtual student to see how that's been working out.
Since I'm a virtual student, many teachers have been giving me tests throughout Kami, Canvas, and All in Learning. That way they can track my progress, they can see when I finished, and see how long it took for me to take the test.
Even though split, online and in-person classes have still been working together to do lab work.
So the virtual and the traditional students are doing a lot of the same thing. One thing that I did was I had where I recorded myself doing the actual experiment. so that they could see what was going on, and then they had to analyze data that way. It's all a work in progress. We're trying to figure out a way to make things as normal as possible in a time that's not anything but normal.
I'm Taylor Thompson, signing off with The Hook.
Have a wonderful day, and remember, it's great to be a Shaw Raider.